Louis C.K.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. I have some notes I'm going to be working off of. I hope that's okay with you. I never stopped anything so cold in all my life. That was amazing. You guys were clapping so much. And now you look like you've never clapped in your lives. That applause is so far in the rearview mirror right now. That's amazing. How quickly. Yeah! I was on an airplane and there was a Hasidic Jewish man trying to put an enormous bag under the seat. It doesn't matter that he was Hasidic, but it's a detail. It's detail. When you try to put enormous bags under seats, folks notice the kind of person you are. They make note. They say some Chinese guy, whatever you are, they're going to describe you. They're not just going to say, a man put a little giant thing under his seat. What kind of man? It's not important. Just a fellow. No, this guy. Trying to shove this thing under the seat. No one can leave because he's not going to not do it. And the flight attendant was a guy, and I'm not going to say he was gay because that's not important. It doesn't enter into the story. I'm going to call the Jewish guy a Jewish guy, and I'm going to call the gay guy just some guy. How do you like that? Isn't that unfair? I'm not going to identify him as gay because I don't want to discredit them. Actually, he didn't do anything wrong. So, boy, what a disaster this is right now. Jewish guy trying to put the thing under the seat, and the guy's going, "Sir, it's not going to fit." He was only slightly gay, like that. He wasn't like, "Sir, it's not going to fit." Ah! No, he just said, "Sir, it's not going to fit." It's going to fit. I know it's going to fit. It's going to fit. I'm telling you, Moses. I heard that ducks have one hole. I don't know if you know that, but ducks have one hole. And they pee out of it, and they shit out of it, they get in it, and they lay eggs out of it. That has got to be one smelly, dirty hole. That hole has got to be a pretty awful place. I feel a little bad for the man duck, because ducks are monogamous. I don't know if you know that, but ducks stay in their relationships forever, and by the time that duck gets to be 48, her husband must be like, "Dude, that shit sucks. I hate it." And then he goes and a swan or something. His wife's like, "Why are you swan for?" "She's got an asshole. That's why. She's got an asshole." "Okay, I got a green head." I don't know what that means. Just somehow they got green heads. They deserve more. Speaking of animal-type humor that's not totally finished, I have this joke, like, animals talking to each other type joke, that I don't know how to finish it. I know what's funny about it, but I don't know how to finish it. Basically, it's about a lion who goes up to a giraffe, and he says, "Hey, man, did you see that dude?" And the giraffe's like, "What dude?" And he goes, "He's that dude. He lives by the river in a hut." And the giraffe goes, "What does he look like?" And the lion goes, "He looks like this." Ah! And the giraffe's like, "Well, I know a dude that lives by the river, but he doesn't look like that." He goes, "No, that's what he looks like." Ah! The giraffe says, I know a guy, but he looks like this. See, the lion just thinks that people look like that. The lion doesn't get that he makes a person look like that by scaring the shit out of him. He just thinks that, hey, that's that dude that's always going, ah! That's what he's like. My daughter told me a joke the other day, and she tells great jokes. They're not like anybody else's jokes. That's why I like them. I've been doing comedy for 25 years. I know every joke. Even if I haven't heard it, you start telling me a joke, I know how it's going to work. But her jokes, I have no idea what's going to happen. I have no idea. This is the joke she told me the other day. She said, who didn't let the gorilla into the ballet? Who didn't let the gorilla into the ballet? Already, I love this joke. I love this joke. I have not heard this joke. This is a new joke for me. Who didn't let the gorilla into the ballet? And I said, who? And she said, just the people who were in charge of that decision. Just the folks who make that assessment. Their judgment was that it wasn't a good idea to let him in. I love this joke because I picture it. The whole story's in my head of people going into a ballet theater and the gorilla's just trying to text and not make eye contact, just trying to go in and it's cool. And somebody at the door, no, you, no. Well, yeah, you. Yes, the gorilla. I'm talking to the gorilla. Why not, man? Because you're a gorilla. I don't even have to say anything. Don't I get any credit for talking and wanting to go to a ballet? Doesn't that buy me any credibility? No, man, it's a long show. It's 3 hours. I'm telling you, you're not gonna make it. You're okay now, but halfway through you're gonna start pounding on people, and that's just the way you guys are, man. I ain't gonna get burned like that again. Gorilla kills everybody at the ballet once, shame on the gorilla. I got married when I was 28, divorced when I was 42. Somebody please tell me how long that is. Thank you. That's my wife. I was married when I was 28. I got divorced when I was 42, so I was married for 14 years. And so getting divorced is like stepping out of a time machine that traveled you 14 years, but it's a really shitty time machine. It's the kind of time machine where it takes the real amount of time to take you to the future. It's basically just if a time machine was a box that you get in and sit in it for 2 years, and then it's 2 years later. That's really what marriage is. I've never gotten laid because of the way I look in my life. I know that. I've never gained from my looks at all. It's not like, oh, they're going. What am I going to do now? I've never gained any advantage in life. I've never been laid because of the way I look. I've never been a guy who I just walk in a room and women go, oh. They drop their microphones and start masturbating their vaginas and anuses at the same time. I'm not that guy. There are those guys. I'm not that guy. I'm the guy that women see and they go, and I'm like, I know, but let me just talk to you for a minute. And then later that night, she's like, I can't believe I'm having sex with that weird guy. And I'm like, I know, it's weird, but it doesn't happen. I do this. I don't know what kind of position we're in that she's doing this, and I'm doing this. Just kind of just poking her. She's like, really? Yeah, this is all I like. Nothing else works. Sorry. So they taught us sex in school. And all they did was scare the shit out of me. Because they show you these diagrams of like a penis, just this huge penis, and it's cut in half lengthwise. Like, yeah, that's what your dick would look like if I ripped off half of it
and threw it in the garbage. I didn't understand anything that they taught us. It was just scared me because I thought, like, I was a bad student. I had a hard time focusing on what they were telling me about all these tubes and shit. I thought for like 5 years that from watching this whole thing, that when you have sex, you come and one of your balls comes out. That's what I thought happens, that you have to come a ball out of that little hole, the tip of your dick. I was terrified. That's what I thought. You just, and you push a ball out, and she's screaming, and there's blood everywhere. And you can only do it twice, and then you're out of balls. That's what I thought. You come twice and have 2 babies, and then you just walk around with an empty sack for the rest of your life. Which turned out to be true, but I guess I feel like I should go out and get laid, but I don't have sex drive, really. It's not sex drive. I have sex, just sit in the car and hope someone gets in. There's not really, it's not drive. Sex drive has to come from somewhere, and it's not just about sex. Sex has something behind it, and it's weird because we ignore it. Sex is really trying to get somewhere. It's trying to have a family. You don't really want to know that because we've separated those two things. But the entire reason sex exists is to have babies. That's the only reason it exists at all. But we're such a narcissistic species that we've separated. We've made it just because we just want to, we just want to just. It's just a weird kind of behavior. We just want to spray jizz everywhere just for no reason. Because that urge is the urge to procreate. A horny teenage boy is thinking, I want a baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, I want a precious baby of my very own to take care of. Oh, dude. Oh, look at her tits. I want her to feed my little baby with her big tits. Oh, yeah. That's what that is. But we make it this separate thing. Animals must think we're idiots. Animals that watch us have sex must be like, they don't know what he's coming on her tits. He's a moron, this guy. Woohoo, dude, just whoops. It just looks stupid to them. If no one ever said you should not have sex with animals, I would totally have sex with animals all of the time. The only reason I don't have sex with animals is because I'm not supposed to and somebody told it to me. I would totally have sex with most monkeys, probably. Why not? No, you know what? I wouldn't, for one reason, because I think it would be rape. I don't think any animal is attracted to any human being. I don't think it's morally wrong. I really don't, except for that I don't think the animal's into it. If you can get an animal horny, go ahead, man. Go ahead and it. If you can finger a monkey and the monkey's like, ooh. Get in there, man. You earned it. You earned it. I really think if I was alone on the earth, if I found myself alone on planet Earth, no other humans, I would have sex with a monkey in like 2 minutes. 2 minutes. That's really not long enough to be sure you're alone on the earth even. That's like getting a little... I walk outside, there's not much traffic. Oh my God, it's just me. I'm gonna have sex with a monkey right now. Oh no, there's a person. When I graduated high school, all my friends went to college, and I didn't. I was a very bad student, and I could have gotten into some college, but why keep failing? Why just keep being in trouble all the time and doing things badly? So I just figured I'll just go work, do things. So I moved in with my only friend, who I wasn't very good friends with, but he also didn't go to college. So we got an apartment in Boston. And so we're both 18 years old, living in downtown Boston. And we lived in one room. We slept in the same room. It was a little tiny studio apartment. And so one time he started making jokes about jerking off. He's like, you jerk off a lot? You know, do you want me to leave the room so you can jerk off? Like, he kept saying that. Hey, man, if you need me to leave so you can jerk off. I'll do that or whatever. And I was like, well, hey, what about when you would jerk off? And he goes, I don't do that. And I was like, what? And he goes, I never have done it. And I was like, are you serious? I was blown away by this. He said, I've never done it. He goes, I kind of wish I could, but I just can't bring myself to do it. This is too weird. Like, I get weirded out. I've never done it. And I was like, really? And he said, yeah, I never jerked off. And he told me that. And that stuck in me for years because I thought there's folks that cannot do it. Because to me, this shit is just a plague. I'll never escape this shit. There's moments I've done this that I really would like to take back. But it's just, sometimes I'm all packed, ready. I got bags of roll, and I go, I gotta sit down and jerk off before I leave the house. It's just a constant insulin injection that I need to get. And I really hate it. I'd love to never have to jerk off. I've always thought there's something wrong with me, because there's a dude who was pretty normal who just said, I don't do it. Anyway, I ran into him about 2 years ago, and he said to me, remember when we talked about jerking off? And I said, yes. He said, I don't know why I was like ashamed to talk about it with you, but I was jerking off constantly. So he said, I've been jerking off since I was 11. And when we lived together, I used to go in the bathroom and jack off all the time, and I was afraid to tell you. And I was like, if I could murder one person, it would be you. If I could kill one guy, it would be you piece of shit. There is some sense that when you're out there looking for somebody, you're trying to spread your seed. Really, guys would like all women to just lay on the ground with their legs open, and we could just spray like a mist. Just mists of cum that then trickle down. But I'm not one of those guys who could just walk up to women and start talking to them. Like, there's guys, there's a lot of sinewy black guys that wear puka beads. Not hard brothers from the hood. With like a suede vest with nothing else on. Suede vest, both nipples showing. Good stomach, puka bead necklace. Like those bracelets that are like just leather. And I'm getting a little hard just picturing this guy. This guy's sexy. This guy gets laid. There's that thing we just call a hot woman. Like, there's a lot of guys who say, how do I talk to the hot girls? Why do you want to talk to a hot girl? Why would you want to talk to somebody with a drink and going, Why would you want to have that conversation? You own a landscaping business. You're incredible. You're an amazing human being. Incredible. You're an amazing human being. You started a landscaping business from nothing. Her, man. Go find a woman, an old, kind of your age, late 30s, Jewish girl, smokes, and gives tough hand jobs. I love Jewish girls. Because they just go, come on, and they're awesome. I'm gonna suck it, all right? You ready? Totally. Suck it, you dirty Jew. I love you.
It's really sad about men that we can't have a beautiful thought about a woman that isn't followed by a disgusting thought about that same woman. We're not capable of it. We can't do one without the other. If you're a woman and a guy's ever said anything romantic to you, he just left off the second part that would have made you sick if you could have heard it. That's how our brains work. She's an angel, and I want her to drown in my cum. That's the closest we can get to poetry in our hearts. We love you, we really do. We think you're angels, and we want you to drown in our cum. We want to drench your angel wings that carry you to heaven with our sticky, gooey, disgusting jism. That's what we want. It's just the way we are. Heterosexual men have a big burden that we put on ourselves, which is that we want to be identified as heterosexual men. We're the only ones that care. We're the only sexual group that gives a shit that we are not mistaken for anything else.
Nobody else cares. I don't know any women that are worried someone will think they're a lesbian. I've never heard a gay guy say, everybody's gonna think I'm straight. It just doesn't happen. We're the only ones that care. And it's a drag for us because there's a lot of things that we maybe could do that might be nice. But we can't because someone will think we're gay. We can't even throw some words around. You can't really throw wonderful around so much. You can't say wonderful unless you say it like in a gay voice to be funny. Oh, it was wonderful. Like you can do that. Like I would never really say that. No, but it was wonderful. It was. I can't just say that about anything. No, that strip club was wonderful. It was wonderful.
Anyway, I'm a father. I'm a father. Why? Why? It's weird the kind of things people will clap for. It is interesting. First of all, right away, any kind of I got kids. There you go. I ate them both. Oh. Wish I'd waited. Maybe a premature clap right there with that. I mean, some parents are okay. Some parents are douchebags. It's just the days that you spend with them. That's really the hardest part. It's just every day that you have them is the hardest part of having kids. It's just every day. It's getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning, which, first of all, I'm not that guy. 6 o'clock in the morning. I have blown off entire careers because of one day I didn't want to get out of bed. Like, oh, I'll just not be that then. I have to, first of all, I got to get them dressed. That's number one, because that's the one that people will notice. That's the only one. If that's the only one that I get done, I'll be okay. Because I can't, if I show up with two naked kids, I'll go to jail. So I have to, but I can not feed them. They're fine. I ate. They're just a little tired. It's fine. And then I got to get them to school, which means walking. The older one goes to kindergarten. It's third grade. Jesus Christ. I just said kindergarten. She's in third grade. You know what's even worse? She's not. She's in second grade. Every day you spend with your kids is torture. And it's because I love them. If I didn't love them, I wouldn't matter. I just play poker with my friends, come home later, oh, they're dead. But I love them. I wiped my daughter's ass for the last time on May 13th of 2008. And I remember this moment because it was a big moment in my life. Because when you have children, they start as babies and they shit all over the place. But then finally they can use a toilet, but they can't wipe their ass. So you have to wipe their ass. That's the last thing you do for your kid. It's like an intimate bathroom thing, is wipe their ass. And one day it stops. And I remember the day. I said the date, but I don't remember it now because I'm lying. Because I had always wiped her ass all that time, and it's just a thing you do. I didn't even think about it. I said, Daddy, I need a wipe! And then I come in, I'm on the phone, like, yeah, okay. Anyway, so I wiped her ass one day, and she said, thank you very much, Daddy. I was like, that was a little too eloquent. A thank you for somebody who I just wiped shit out of her asshole. I want to hear like, thank you, Dada. I don't want to hear like, that was very gracious of you, Father. I don't know. I'm supposed to give my kids values. I don't have any of those. I used to, but they're melting away. They finally are. You know, you get instilled with values by your parents and by school, whatever else. You know, society teaches you things, teaches you how to be a good person. But you ever feel for your real values inside? Like who you would be if you had no guidance? Like, I think about that sometimes. Like, what are the things I believe in my marrow that I can't really, that had to be shaved away? They're coming back now. Like, here's one. I really, somewhere deep down, I believe that if you murder somebody and you never get caught, it's fine. You kind of didn't do anything wrong.
Another thing I believe deep down again is that gay people should stop doing that. Because, and not for any moral or societal reason, I don't give a shit. I have gay friends. That's love. It's, you should respect what they want to do with their lives. But they're doing it wrong. It's not supposed to be two vaginas smushed together. It doesn't make any sense. It's like two buckets and you hold the openings against each other. There's nothing being accomplished. You need to put a thing in a thing, otherwise what are you doing? I mean, gay guys, I get it, because they're putting a dick in a place. In an ass of a man, which, by the way, what better place to put a dick than a man's ass? It's perfect. It's, even a vagina is awkward. You have to go up and in, and you have to kind of, or she has to splay herself, and you have to go like this. It just looks weird, even. But a guy, you just walk up to him, and your dick's in his ass. That's it. You just walk up behind him. It's that simple. Just, I'm gay. That's it. You just walk up, you're gay. And then somebody goes into you. That's how we were packed originally, to save space. But the two holes bumped. What the hell are you doing? It's wrong. Not morally, just geometrically. I think there's a hell, and I think I'm going. And like a friend of mine was telling me about how he had sex with a hooker, and it turned out to be a guy. And it was like a horrible thing for him, and he had to get over it with therapy. And as I'm listening to this, I realized, shit, that happened to me too. And the upsetting part of it wasn't that it happened, but that I had forgotten. This wasn't like a landmark in my life like it was for him. I was like, oh yeah, no shit, I f***ed a guy once back in Montreal. I forgot about that.
I was at the airport with my kids. I was at JFK, and they had to go to the bathroom, and I had to go to the bathroom. So take yourself through that logically. What do I do? What do I do? I can't take them to the ladies' room. I can't just go on in there, girls, into the public restroom of an international airport. Just release my custody of them to whoever's in there. Go ahead, good luck to you. Maybe I'll see you later. So I gotta take them into the men's room. That's what I have to do, is take them into the John F. Kennedy Airport men's room. Look, girls, 9 penises. 9 penises that are all peeing at the same time. 9 farting men from all over the world with their dicks out, shaking off droplets of pee from their syphilitic penises. Look, 3 of them have foreskins. You can see the difference now. What am I gonna do? So I usher them past the parade of penises into a stall, the Shangri-La of a stall, the sanctity of an airport bathroom stall, number 5 out of 10. And we're in there like this, and there's a guy shitting, and there's a guy right here. I'm looking at the foot of a shitting man. This foot, he's trying to get leverage so he can shit harder. And he is shitting like, oh my God, just plop, plop, plop. It sounded like soup cans and pennies just tumbling into the water. Like his asshole dilated like this, and the world fell out of it into the toilet. And he's going, ugh. And then I hear him go, oh. So now I know that he's spitting past his dick into his own shit and piss. And he's literally 14 inches away from my daughter's little face. And I get to know that that's what's going on in there. I'm always in a 48-hour window of diarrhea. Either that I had it or I'll be having it within 48 hours of any given moment. There's always 2 diarrheas running up along the slide of my life, and I'm in somewhere. And depending on how
where in that window I am dictates how much of a radius from my home I'm willing to venture. Otherwise, I'm having diarrhea in a public restroom with my kids standing there watching me because they're little. I can't leave them out in a place. Daddy, I don't want you to have diarrhea. Sorry, honey, you want to go to the aquarium, is what happens. I told you, let's go to the deli and buy a Daily News and go home, but you want to get all fancy and go to the aquarium, so you gotta watch Daddy shit water out of his asshole.
I have 2 kids, and I should totally be saving for them, and I'm totally not saving for them at all. It's really bad how I'm not preparing for their future or even their near present. It's so irresponsible and unfair. I know it's wrong, but part of me feels like, why should they get the money anyway? They didn't do the shows. Why should they get the money? Why should they get paid for shit I did? It doesn't really make sense to me. It doesn't make sense that kids get your money after you're gone. It's like when we used to let kings take over for their fathers. That's the craziest rule that ever existed. That if the king dies, they let his kid be the king. What are the odds that he's not going to be a piece of shit? How do you let that... That's one of the weirdest things that we've ever done as a race of people. I mean, all of us. White people, I mean, there were black kings too. African countries. There's never been a black king of England. That's never gonna happen. That is one color line that's never gonna get... Don't even hope, man. It ain't gonna happen. There's not gonna be a black king of England. I mean, after all that white that's been pumped into their blood for years, they've just been this kind of jizzy white color for all these generations. Purpley. They're all... Every British royal looks like cock meat. That's what their faces look like, an Irish penis. That's what they look like. Someone took an Irishman's penis and stretched it out and drew a face on it with Sharpie. That's what they look like.
Putting the kids to bed is torture. That's the hardest thing in the world to do because they don't want to sleep. They're just laying there. They have to sleep. It's important that they sleep. Otherwise, they're just pieces of shit the next day. I want to sleep. I just want to stop them. I want it to stop. And I love my kids. They're great. But I just want, at the end of the day, I got nothing left. And they're just laying there like Clockwork Orange. They have no interest in going to sleep. I just want to stop their ceaseless joy for life. So I can watch Cash Cab and jack off and pass out. I want the joy and challenge of parenthood to end so I can go eat all the ice cream in the freezer that they have no idea is there. And it would break their hearts if they knew how much ice cream I keep in the house. It's like a restaurant. It's a disgusting amount of ice cream. And it's not for them. I never give them ice cream. It's mine. I wait till they're asleep and I eat it in their room above their beds in the dark. That's right, it's mine. They won't fall asleep. And they say all sorts of cool stuff at night too, but I don't want to hear it. I don't. I want them to be asleep. The other night I thought my kids, I was like, I think they're asleep. Then I hear, Daddy, birds are like paintbrushes that make colors in the sky. Honey, shut your mouth right now. Just shut your goddamn mouth! I will kill a bird in front of you. I love that kid. I love that kid to pieces. But I wish he was never born. That's how it feels in certain tiny moments. Any parent who is honest will tell you that you live with that ambivalence. You just have it. You look at the face of your beautiful, lovely child, and you think two things at the exact same time. I love this kid so much that it's changed my whole life. I love people
other people more because of how much I love her. I love people that had died years ago more. Like, my love has traveled time because of how much I love her and she loves me back. She's completely given value to life that didn't exist before, and I regret every decision that led to her birth. That's how it feels.
Well, when you have children, like I was talking to my daughter the other day, and I was talking to her like this. I was bent over, and I was talking like this. I have no idea what I was talking about. I think I even forgot while I was saying it. I just was upset, and I was talking to her like this. And she's looking up at me with this face, like coping, like looking at me like, and I realized I'm her first asshole. Like, I'm the first one.
I was reading to my kids the other night. We have a rule that if they get their teeth brushed and their goddamn pajamas on by 7:30, I'll read a book. Those are the rules. I'm always glad when they get ready because I like to read to them. I do. I love reading to my girls. So we read a book the other night. We were reading Tom Sawyer. I'm reading them Tom Sawyer because Mark Twain, great author, and they're 5 and 9 years old. Because Mark Twain, great author, and they're 5 and 9 years old. They're young for it, but they catch up to it, and they're fascinated by all the language. He uses big words and beautiful writer. And I picked Tom Sawyer, not Huckleberry Finn, because Tom Sawyer is a nice kid. Goes to school, he goes to church, lives with his aunt. Now, Huckleberry Finn is a dirty little homeless little white trash creep. And the main problem is that he won't stop saying nigger. I mean, 40 times a page. I can't sit on my daughter's bed and just say nigger all night and then put her to sleep. I just ain't gonna do that. Anyway, I'm reading him Tom Sawyer, and it's a real nice book, but then all of a sudden he runs into Huckleberry Finn on the street. And then Tom saw his friend Huck Finn. I'm like, oh, God, okay. All right, let's take it easy here, fellas. Let's just have a nice, quiet conversation here. Let's see how this goes. Huckleberry Finn was carrying a dead cat. It's not a good sign. He's walking around with a dead cat. Tom Sawyer says, what you doing with a dead cat, Huck? Huck Finn says, gonna cure my warts. All right. My kids are fascinated. Who told you could cure warts with a dead cat? Well, Tom Wilson did it. He learned it from Jack Johnson, who learned it from some nigger down the street. Oh, God. All right, girls, listen. Here's the thing. America... People would say this word, and it's not a good word, and I don't know why. I'm sounding like Bill Cosby right now. But people used to say this word, and this is not a nice word to say. And so we remember. I told the girls, you know, these boys are racists. These boys are racists, and they're not nice boys. I think we can still enjoy the stories about the fishing and the trading, and it's weird, man. There's a, you know, that's part of our history, and we have to know it's there. And how do you cope with shit in your past that's bad? Like, how do you try to feel like a good country when you've done shitty things as an entire nation? How do you take your past and still feel good? You know, like when I was 8 years old, I showed my penis to a girl with Down syndrome that lived down the street. And I gotta walk around living with that every day. I gotta wake up as that guy. I was 8. If I did it yesterday, it would be considered a lot worse. But I'm still the dude that did that. I was just a kid, but this is still the penis that I showed to the girl with Down syndrome by the dumpster behind Kentucky Fried Chicken. That happened. Those were my values at 8 years old. And I know that's an awkward thing to equate to slavery in America, but it's kind of the same thing. Because that shit happened here.
The 10-year-old is more complicated. She asks me a lot of questions that I have to sort of be ready for them.
She asked me, what is prejudice? And they told her in school to ask me. They said ask somebody in your life. And so she asked me, she says, what is prejudice? And I was like, well, and she's like, oh, why did I ask you? Jesus Christ, this is going to be a nightmare. So I told her prejudice is that you judge before, prejudice, prejudices. You judge before, that's what prejudice is. You judged before you knew anything. You say, he's gonna think, because he's one of those, so he's gonna think. That's prejudice. And she asked me, have you ever been prejudiced? And I was like, oh my. Oh, well, I wasn't prepared for such questions. I said, and you got to examine yourself once in a while. You can't just go, I voted for Obama. I can't be prejudiced. It's impossible. You have to still check yourself. What have I done lately? I've had prejudice that's different. Like, I want to Scarlett Johansson. I don't know her, but I never met her or saw her in person. But I just know. Come on. I just know that would be the greatest thing that ever happened to me. And the worst thing that ever happened to her. But, I don't even jerk off to her. That's how much I like her. I just know. I still just jerk off to that wedding album I found in the garbage. But,
I just think there's people that your life, if it's good enough, you should just shut up. There's just some people that complain when they shouldn't. I have 2 kids, and I think about them sometimes. And that, I got 2 little white girls in my house. That's a reality. These are 2 little white girls. On paper, they're doing awesome, just by who they are and where they are. So when they complain, it kind of drives me crazy. Because I know what the world is like around them. They have no idea. I gave my daughter medicine the other day. She had a fever, so I gave her Tylenol. And it's bubblegum flavored. So that she'll take it. What kind of an upside down society is this? Oh, how are we going to get these children to take these miracle drugs? We better add candy to it. I gave her the bubblegum medicine. She goes, ew. I'm like, you, ew. Are you shitting me? That's medicine. Most kids in the world don't have medicine. They just don't have it. When they get sick, they die on a rock with a bear eating their face. That's how most of the world handles that. No, he's got a sniffle. Ring the bear bell and put him outside. You're a white kid eating bubblegum medicine. You're wearing clothes made by children your age professionally. Sorry. Americans only buy things that come from suffering. They just enjoy it more when they know someone's getting hurt. I mean, sometimes you see a person on the street who's in a state of life that you couldn't imagine having the courage to live. You ever seen somebody? You ever seen a person and you look at them and you go, I would just kill myself if I woke up like that. I would just kill myself. I don't have the courage. And it's a comment on me, not them. I couldn't live like that. I get to go like this. And if I had to go like this, I'd blow my brains out. I can't do it. I have only the courage for a perfect life. I really do. Anything below perfect, I ain't doing it. I ain't being one of those guys. I don't even want to be cold in the winter. You know when you see somebody, they just have a flannel shirt without a jacket, and they're just being cold and their face is purple in spots? Couldn't do it. I saw an old lady I couldn't be. I was walking behind this lady. That's a weird sentence. I saw an old lady that I couldn't be. I was walking behind her, and she had just a spine that was just dog shit. Her spine sucked ass. I'm saying this as her friend. Her spine sucked dick. She's just one of these people. And she's walking in front of me like this.
And she had a collar on her shirt that was very high, and so I couldn't even see her head. Looked like she had no head. Just like this with no head. And I remember, first thing I thought was her doctor's an asshole. Because he could have told her. He could have said to her, listen, just so you know, now that you're like this, if you wear a high collar, it's spooky for people behind you. It's spooky from the back, sad from the front, and kind of funny from the side.
Amazing how entitled people think they are. People really think that they have shit coming to them, you know? And people think nothing bad should ever happen to them. For some reason, you shouldn't even have accidents happen to you. I was in a restaurant the other day. This guy, the waiter spilled some stuff on his coat, and he did that thing we all do now when we get stuff spilled. He was like, what is the meaning of this? Just so outraged. Do you know who I am? Yeah, you're the asshole who was sitting there when that happened. So what? Maybe you'll get hit by a car someday. Nobody gives a shit. You're not entitled to anything in this world. You have to realize that from the moment you're born, from the moment the last of your body leaves your mother's vagina, from the moment that your foot stops touching your mother's vagina for the last time, hopefully, unless you later kick your mother in the vagina, which you should not do. Just my opinion, but you should not. There are very few legitimate reasons to kick your mother in the vagina. There's 7 of them, actually. But I'm not going to tell you what they are, because I know what you'll do.
Here's the thing. I have 2 children, and the thing that scares me the most is that they disappear. Nothing that scares me more than them disappearing. That's every parent's worst fear. Now, why do kids disappear sometimes? I think it's because somebody took them and had sex with them, and once you have sex with a kid, you got to toss them, because people hate folks who have sex with kids more than pretty much anything. If you murder somebody, folks will find you a reason. You were upset, you were dehydrated, whatever. So here's the thing. So if you have sex with a kid, you got to chuck them out, because if the kid tells anybody, you're screwed. I can't help thinking that if we could take down a few notches the hatred for kid having sex people, at least you get the kid back. That's what I'm trying to say. Is that the guy could just call you, hey, I just kid, you want me to bring him to soccer or drop him at your house? Does he have any nut allergies? Because he just ate some cashew butter. I know, listen to me. I know that's hard to hear. But it's true. It's true that if we minded child molesting less kids would die. That's true. Now, I don't know what to do with that information. I don't have a way to apply that to anything that's helpful.
If there is a God, then that dude is an asshole, which I know is not a popular belief, but I do think he's an asshole, because every story, Abraham, he went to Abraham in the middle of the night. There was only like 8 guys then, and God would just, once in a while, he'd just bother one of them. So God went to Abraham's house, and he's like, Abraham, wake up, man. And Abraham was like, dude, what is up? And God goes, kill your son. Dude, kill your son. And Abraham's like, you mean Isaac? I don't know his name. Just kill him. Just kill him. I'm God. Kill him. And Abraham goes, why? Because you don't love me if you don't do it. You don't love me. Do it. So Abraham's like, dude, you are insecure. I don't understand you. But okay, fine. Goes, wakes up Isaac, takes him to a mountain somewhere. I don't know why he had to be all drama queen about it, and take him to a mountain.
Could have just killed him in the sleep and go back to sleep. But he took him woke the poor kid up, dressed him, took him to a mountain. Kid's like, Daddy, what are we doing? Oh, just gonna murder you. Goes like this. God shows up right before he does it. Goes, hey, what are you doing? This is in the Bible, I swear to God. Isaac and Abraham goes, I'm killing Isaac. And God's like, why would you? That's your kid. What is wrong with you? And he's like, and he just went home feeling like a piece of shit. That God is like a shitty girlfriend. You won't do it because you don't love me. Okay, I'll do it. Why are you doing it? What the do you want from me?
But that's a sin, to say the Lord's name in vain. But you don't even have to say something that terrible. You can go to hell just for saying Jesus Christ with a tone in your voice. It's all the tone in your voice. That's the weird part. It's very subtle sin, because you can say, Jesus Christ, you're fine. But if you say, Jesus Christ, you go to hell forever. Just for saying it like that. There must be at least one dude who was right on the line. Who was like, Jesus Christ. And then he's in hell. He's like, seriously? For that? That's it? Seriously? It was a huge pumpkin. What was I going to not say anything? It's one of the top 10 commandments. It's in the 10 commandments to not take the Lord's name in vain. Rape isn't up there, by the way. Rape is not a 10 commandment. But don't say the dude's name with a shitty attitude. I think it's so unfair, though, to send people to hell for saying Jesus Christ, because it's just too satisfying. I don't know why that is, but it just feels good. Oh, Jesus Christ! It just feels good. It cleans you out. I don't know why. Whether you're angry or in pain or having sex or all three at the same time. What did folks say before that dude? How did anybody express themselves in a big moment before Jesus? Even the people that knew him. How did the people watching him be crucified, what could they even say watching that happen? They're like, that is bananas.
My favorite thing to do is sleep now. I love sleep. Sleep is like, that's my thing. I love it. And my kids don't let me. They get me up at 6 in the morning. I don't have to get up till like 7 a.m. to get them to school. They wake up at 6. I don't even understand this shit. With getting out of bed before you have to. They wake up and they're like, they're so excited and they want it. I get it. They want to share it with me. Daddy, look, it's all still here. That hurts my brain. Because at 6 a.m., I'm just, I'm so deep in the deep African sleep. Like it's just an ancient, mysterious, submerged in a river of warm chocolate. Just. And sleep was like a goddess whore just sucking me off. Just. She's got a gold helmet and 40 tongues, and she's. And she's speaking in a dead language. And she's feeding syrupy heroin into my penis while she's sucking. Oh, let this be my life. Please let this be real. Let this be real. Daddy! No! Oh, shit! Daddy, wake up! Thanks a lot, folks. Good night. Thank you very much.
It really is like Vegas, kind of. That it's got that Vegas vibe. It doesn't feel like I stayed in another hotel right on the boardwalk once, and it felt like I stepped into the 70s.
And it feels like you're in Atlantic City.
Yeah, you know you're in Atlantic City.
Right. The Borgata could trick you into thinking, man, I took a fucking flight to Vegas.
I went to Vegas.
That's exactly the difference, yeah.
There's some old diner waitress bringing the drinks at this other casino, bringing the drinks to the table. and you're just like, oh, and then you look at the Borgata babes and shit, but walking around, they're just stunning.
No, the other Atlantic City places, it's like you're faced with the economy you're hurting with everything you do. There's supposed to be more of a buffer there.
Yeah.
Where you can get lost in it. But Atlantic City, the dealer looks at you like, thanks for fucking up my hometown, asshole. Would you like another card? Like they just look depressed.
God damn, that is it.
You know?
Yeah.
My father owned a house, and now I live in a fucking shack.
Right.
So that you could play blackjack.
I hope you're having fun.
Yeah.
Oh, look, blackjack.
I would hit on that, yes.
You so see the corruption. All you have to do is just drive around a little bit, less than a mile from those beautiful casinos, and you realize they don't give a fuck about the local economy.
No, it's all being sucked out.
It's like,
I don't know where that money's going.
It's another kind of tick, but it's a remote. It's like it doesn't even spread nearby.
No.
It's like a scientific taking money. It's like a tick that has a long distance sucker.
Yeah, they must have helicopters at night that literally lift it
the money
up
out
into the sky
to make sure it does not touch
the local economy.
Anybody
and
there.
The politicians, they obviously just look the other way.
Yeah.
It's like you're not even going to throw $1 into the economy.
No.
Who are you talking about?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Yeah, what do you
say?
mean? What are you trying to say?
What are you trying to say?
Who you saying is doing this?
What? You're right.
Yeah, exactly.
We're already in a weird spot with Donald Rumsfeld.
I bet he knows where that money goes.
You know what? I think Atlantic City's beautiful.
Oh,
every inch of it is beautiful.
The Borgata.
No,
it's fantastic. Go see Louis.
Jobs. They got jobs.
They got jobs everywhere. For
Jobs.
How many people they employ?
Jobs.
There weren't those jobs when it was before the casinos. I don't know.
No, there was just a really kind of a nice area.
Steel Pier. What the hell happened?
Where someone could actually open a store and try to have a business instead of a job. But now they got jobs. They get to wear a vest and deal cards to fucking assholes and Gaddafis.
Yeah, Gaddafi.
They get to fucking
great.
Jobs. You mean people used to open up their own family business down there?
Yeah.
Like bakery or delicatessen.
Yeah, wherever the fucking
like
wherever the Trump down there is. Does he have one down there?
Oh, he's got the Taj
Trump
and the Marina. I don't know how much.
Yeah,
he
Trump
actually
Marina
really
sitting where some guy used to have an old fish restaurant. He had the restaurant from 1850 in his family, and now it's a fucking Trump Marina hotel.
It's right there on the water.
I worked that fucking place, or is the Trump Castle? It was called. I don't know where that is now.
I think they changed the name at some point.
I worked at Trump Castle, and I remember just watching people. I had never really been down there before, and I'm just watching these fucking old ladies from around the country come on buses. Like from the middle of Ohio or Kentucky, literally. Like you see a bus that says like Lexington, Kentucky. And they and these fucking old women come out of the bus, and they're they took a medical hit from the trip. Like you just see them, and they get out of these fucking buses they were in for hours, days.
Yeah, blood just clotting in their legs.
Helping the 60-year-olds helping the 70-year-olds off the bus, and they go get shit rooms.
Yeah.
And then they pour buckets of fucking coins, all of their fucking retirement, all they got left. They just pour it in buckets into these machines. And then they leave. And then so I'm watching all this, and it's all says Trump all over it. And then I was in an elevator, and Trump got on with Marla Maples at the time.
Yeah, okay.
And everyone was like, oh, there they are. They were really excited. They saw them. Oh my God, there's Trump and the woman he's fucking illicitly. And they get on the elevator, and Trump looked miserable. I was in the elevator alone with him just by chance, and he just looked miserable. He looked so unhappy.
Yeah.
And all that money, I realized is a weird, like, he has all this billions of dollars, but he's fucking miserable because he needs $100 billion to look in the mirror and not want to kill himself. He needs that. These old ladies from Kentucky, they don't need anything. They have like maybe $1,000 in the bank.
Right.
It's like they're coming. It's like a religion. Like they're coming to help him feel better. Like they're coming to give him money.
Giving him the money.
He's like, I have $100 billion and I don't fuck everybody. It's not enough. And these old ladies are like, I have maybe 1,000. You can have all of it.
I'll give you all of it.
I'll take a bus all day to give it to you.
We could have pumped it into our own economy where we live.
Yeah, I could have given it to my neighbor's store that closed last week.
But I figured I'd come all this way just to dump it into
Hopefully
this
make
machine.
you a little happier.
Yeah.
That's classic.
With the only buffer being this vague hope that I might leave
that I
with
may be
more,
one
but,
of the trillions.
But it ain't gonna happen. So
No.
we'll just pour money out.
I want to know more about the family fish business. The little restaurant that was
poor
there.
guy.
Forget that.
With his little boat. He would
Maybe a
just
little
go
bait
out
shop
every day.
Bait shop on the pier.
No,
Oh,
he
bait
used
shop.
to wipe off the table when you walked in, and
Yeah,
he'd feel
nice,
real proud.
right?
Yeah.
Nice.
You'd smell like the ocean air. It was open windows in the summer.
What was his
Yeah.
last day like, you think?
Wrecking
Trump,
ball.
a bunch of suits
A
and
wrecking ball
ties.
with the whole family just
No.
outside crying.
Yeah, and
You
now in
see-
that exact same spot, it's ring, ding, 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 ding.
Oh God, that's all you did. It was Donald Trump and a bunch of other guys in suits with golden shovels
Right.
taking that photo
Yeah.
of them breaking ground, and in back is the boarded up fish place, just ready to be plowed asunder.
That was there for 150 years.
You know, and it's not the fault of some
difficult thing for our family. It destroyed our family.
It's like,
My
do you
wife and
have
I
to
broke
make it
up over
real?
the stress of it.
Wow.
But my daughter's the greatest thing in my life, and we're all, it's just pure joy, but it's so hard and it's extreme. And he was so respectful that it was breaking my heart. He never said, "You filthy piece of shit." He just said, "You're so wrong, you wouldn't believe it."
But it's like
you're so way off. You're spreading a thing that's really, really harmful. And I felt like such a piece of shit.
But he was
For how
making
long,
it
though?
real,
An hour?
and you're making it fun.
Yeah,
Like,
but
you're
that guy might
No,
have
no, but
Louis, though.
I said though, the one thing I said that was wrong. I don't like saying things that are just wrong. I mean, because it's not wrong that she has a retard making cunt, because that's what one came out of there. It's not a nice way of saying it.
It's not medical, but
Of course not. Their technical jargon.
yeah, go ahead, Dr. Lou.
The thing that was wrong to say is that there's no challenges to having a Down syndrome baby. I just didn't know that. And, we always say reckless shit. I don't care. I don't fact check my comedy.
No, you shouldn't have
The
to.
goal
No,
is
you
a
just
laugh.
let it out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The only thing is that guy, he might have saved, because what he showed you was the passion that people feel about that, and it's like they may have come at, like that may have been a very helpful email in the long run. Like sometimes you underestimate how frustrated people are with something, and then you hit it and they come after you, and it's fucking relentless.
The best thing would have been like 5 minutes later, get another email, go, I'm just fucking with you, with a picture of a beautiful daughter, just perfect.
Yeah. She's amazing.
This is
It's
my
all
daughter.
A's.
I'm just fucking with you. I don't care. I was laughing my balls off.
No, and I've gotten angry emails before, and I never care. It's not my lookout. Other people people choose what to get offended by. You know, people get offended by. I had a funny moment at the Comedy Cellar. I did this joke about 9/11.
Oh, I don't go for that.
You see? You see? I was doing a story about when I was married. It was really about how being married, you're in trouble all the time. You feel like you're in trouble when you're married, Anthony.
Constantly.
I don't get that sense from you. You guys seem like you're okay.
Yeah, we're all right, man.
Yeah.
I wish I had a story,
That's because
but
you
I
hit
don't.
her, right? Because if you hit her, it's not.
Sometimes you gotta.
So it goes the other way.
What's better than when you go to scratch your eye and they flinch?
But honestly, my old relationship, I could relate. Yeah, you
always
walked
in
around
trouble.
feeling like you were in trouble. So yeah, you're hitting on something.
So I was in L.A. and at 6 a.m, my hotel room phone call, phone rang. My phone rang, and my wife at the time was crying. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Did she find a phone sex bill? She can't talk. And I'm like, what is it? And then she tells me, turn on the TV, and it's both the World Trade Center towers are on fire. And I was like, woohoo! That's the only person.
Oh, shit.
That's the only person.
Oh, damn.
To be deeply relieved
That it wasn't something else.
that 2 planes
That would
were flown in the world.
Something wasn't. It wasn't.
That America
something
would never feel safe again.
That's a great show.
Anyway, I did it. I told that story at the Comedy Cellar, and this guy stood up and just stood up in that little room and said, "That's not okay, man. It's not okay." And he walked out.
So then I'm upstairs talking to Mark Maron, a comedian.
Yeah.
And I said, this guy told him the story, and I said, you know, I hate people that pick the thing in the show. That's what I'm offended by, because I said all kinds of shit in that show, and he let it go, but that's his sensitivity. So I said it's really narcissistic of people to decide what they're going to be offended by. And Mark said, that's how insane it is that you're calling that guy a narcissist, when that joke is the most narcissist thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
It's only important to
you were pleased that thousands of people were dead because you weren't in trouble with your fucking wife, because you didn't know how to fucking face your wife.
Shit. That's really funny.
Once in a while, you get fucking shit. Like, I did a 9/11 joke. It was probably a year after, not even, and I was doing something, and it wasn't a knock on 9/11. It was like somebody misinterpreting it. But the woman in the audience...
It wasn't a knock on 9/11?
Yeah.
I didn't mean to insult 9/11. Hey. It was a brilliant program. I mean, it's one of the most successful things I've ever seen.
But it was one of those things where I knew the person was misinterpreting the point of the joke, and she was kind of like saying something, and the woman behind her was looking at me, and she was just shaking her head no, like don't do I started going after her, and the woman behind her was like, and I backed off, and then they told me after, like, yeah, her husband died, and so I was really happy I backed off, because I was gonna make it a whole big thing like that, like, you fucking cunt, what the fuck, you don't mind me talking about rape, right? But once in a while you back off and you're happy you did. It's like, even though technically, all right, she was being annoying.
Yeah.
Well, you're talking to a group of people, and you could never be aware. You can't make people fill out a thing and then do a data report,
right?
Well, that's why anybody that calls or however they get in touch with us and they say something like, you know, I'm a big fan of the show. I've been listening for years.
But that
when you said this, and it's like, you listened for years. You know how many fucking people we probably upset over the years that weren't you? You fucking idiot.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
But, and a lot, also, some people get offended just because I'm sure there's 9/11 victims who find that shit funny. There has to be.
That has to be, right.
A lot of times when we make fun of these things, we're just using them as in a context. Mm-hmm. You know, the thing I said is about the misery. Marriage is so prohibitively constraining that a national disaster is good news.
It's not so much making light of the disaster, it's showing how awful marriage is.
It's also brutally honest. A lot of people have felt relief at something that wasn't affecting them that was worse for other people. You were just being fucking ugly and naked and honest about it. That's the beauty
and look,
of it.
this is the most fucked up thing to say, but if you suffered
you could have stopped the attacks, didn't you?
I could have, but I wanted the bit. I had inside information. But I thought, God, that bit is so funny, I'm going to let it go. If you suffer directly or indirectly from something, you don't own it. You just don't.
No, you don't. You're right.
Unless your name is 9/11.
We have, all of us in here have goofed on things that have directly affected our lives. Sure. Personally affected our lives.
Of course.
And some of the things people know about, some they don't. Yeah, but whatever.
It's not yours.
And you just do it. It's not yours. It's not fucking, it's whatever it is. You put it over the air to make people laugh or think or whatever the fuck we're doing in here. But it's not, you know, I'm not singling out all the people that this will offend. Hey, let me offend some people today with this. No, I'm going for the people that it doesn't affect.
If you took part in something or something, you suffered from something, that doesn't give you the right to, if it's a thing that happened in the war, especially something that happened to the whole country, you don't get to control who gets to say what about it. And by the way, you get to get offended about it. That's my main thing about people getting offended. Yeah, you got offended. So that gets to happen.
There's been
That's part of living on the earth.
But there's been this whole thing that's taken place over the past few years where people absolutely believe that there is a right
to not be offended, to not hear something,
and especially if it's over airwaves and stuff like that. They think that the FCC, they can complain to the FCC and say they were offended by something, and absolutely think that the FCC will go, "Hey, fuck you."
Well, you know, I subscribe to the thought that laughter really is the best medicine.
It's straight talking Jim.
Yeah, you know.
right.
I don't want to.
Well,
get
I
too
remember
serious,
I got an email once because of the church, the Catholic Church video that I have on YouTube, where I go to the church and find out that they completely exist to fuck boys in the ass.
Hilarious, by the way.
And
fucking hysterical.
and I've gotten a number of emails about that, and it's less than I thought I would.
Wow.
But it's funny that most people that complain about it, they'll say, Jesus is Lord and you've offended him, and I'm going to crack your fucking head open, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, I get that all the time.
Which is really an odd
say,
little...
from a Christian point of view, you've hurt Jesus, and I'm going to fucking split your head open, you cunt. Like, they're so profane and so threatening.
That forgiveness shit goes out the window when it comes to religion.
But anyway, one guy wrote to me and said, my uncle is a Catholic priest and you insulted him. And I wrote him back and I said, no, I don't know your uncle.
It's not like I didn't insult him.
No,
personally.
I made a broad joke about a whole group, and it's got nothing to do with your uncle. And he wrote back and said, I know, and then we wrote back and forth, and we figured it out.
And you two fagged out? What happened? I don't like the end of that story.
I got to interrupt because we got Ron Perlman outside the studio.
He's out at 8:15.
He only has a few minutes, so.
Well, the Joaquin character is like, for me, it's what Joaquin Phoenix can do that nobody else can. That was very poorly unexploited in the Joker. That was superficially exploited in the Joker, but brought out in real high relief in The Master in a way that's like disturbing how good it was. And the difference between those two movies is that one is a Marvel movie that that needs to reach teenagers and people that still wish they were teenagers. And the other one is a sick, beautifully realized fantasy of a filmmaker who gets into some kind of a fever when he writes a movie and then executes it with extreme conscientious discipline. That two very different categories, but that's what you get. But I like it. He's great. I buy into him in every single movie he's ever made except the Joker.
He definitely looks like when he's punching through a wall in this, he's like looking for the Oscar in the wall, like he's trying so hard. But like,
I don't think, I think he talked himself out of an Oscar from the first. This movie was never destined for that. This movie flies in the face of that. I don't think that he's hoping. It would have been insane for him to get an Oscar
for that.
He got nominated.
He got it for Joker, which is
they were both nominated.
There you go. That's where you go for the Oscar
for the cartoon
Marvel
character.
movie.
I love how you say Marvel. Say Marvel instead of DC, which I love so much because it'll make people.
Oh, is it DC?
Yeah.
YouTube comments are already flying. It's
yeah, people are gonna be livid. They won't be mad though because it's you. If Ron made that mistake,
I don't think anybody expects me to love. No. I appreciate what the Joker was going for in a sense, but I just didn't buy.
My issue is Marvel. I just don't care about characters that are different colors. Like people like cry at those movies, and it's just like insane to me.
I can't believe anyone gets emotionally, but look, it's not for me. I'm not that. Somebody likes it. It makes it good.
I went with Avengers.
Love the movie. That means it's a great movie, but it's. I'm just not on the.
I do have one more question.
Oh, okay. We got to get him out of here.
What would be your advice to any young filmmakers or comics who have to deal with the social media content cycle?
Talk directly to Homeless Pimp. This is a question
social media content cycle?
Yeah, like you're forced to post to be relevant in the algorithm.
That's not true.
You don't think so?
No.
You think
you have to.
Right.
It looks like a road to success, but maybe it is for some people. You understand what you're doing with this algorithm is you're trying to get the attention of an artificial brain. It's a really weird endeavor, is to obsess about what will this. An algorithm is if I understand correctly, it's an equation. So you're trying to make that equation pick you up. Like it used to be that you either get obsessed with your own work, like you're just obsessed with your work. You love your jokes or you have a voice you need to get out. But then the other side of the spectrum was wanting to be famous. I want attention. But that used to make people think about what do people like? What do people laugh at? What's appealing?
Right.
And looking at humans and looking at audiences and going, how can I make them get me? Or things like, how can I get the gatekeepers to give me a shot. These were obsessions. But now this abstract thing of like, how do I get this artificial brain to spread me to people that don't give a shit if I, the way it used to work is if you do something worthwhile, somebody might see it and share it with a friend. Like clickbait is old fashioned now. Clickbait is kind of clickbait used to be something that'll get people interested and make people share things.
Right.
But they're not interested in humans sharing anymore. It's about literally fitting some weird, either because you are saying something, either because you're saying something popular that's in those 4 subjects, or and not cursing. All the things people are doing to stay out of the algorithm are weirdly self-sanitizing, fucking sick things to be doing with your work.
Yeah, it's true.
It's the worst thing you could be doing right now, is trying to follow the algorithm, trying to be as much like other people in the algorithm as you can be, and trying to shave away any part of you that might not fit in the keyhole. That's a sick, fucked up thing to do, because the target isn't even a human being. It's not even audiences. It's just it's a computer. It's taking part in something that's really sick. If you go against it and you just don't give a shit and you just keep doing your thing, you live or die by it.
Yeah.
You spend your whole life trying to get post. Listen to what you're saying. Forced to post. That's a crazy thing.
Yeah.
And the amount of money that's being made by those companies because you just believe that you are a slave to that. There's no other way. And I saw another comedian get, and the club told me, the club looks at your follower numbers, or else they won't book you. Well, my advice to a comic recently who was saying that, like, I need to get the numbers up so that I can headline. If you call a club and they go, "What's your Instagram?" You guys I don't have one. They'll go, "Excuse me."
Yeah.
I don't have Twitter and none of that. What?
Yeah.
I could, send you a tape, or I got a YouTube video, something like that.
Yeah.
All right, I'll watch it. I think I made the point. It's just, I think it's a waste of time.
Yeah. Well, I think I actually, that's great advice, because like we are all like subconsciously, like, the era that I'm coming up in, you think that we feel, I was like, oh, everyone's doing crowd work clips. We got to post crowd work clips.
Yeah.
But we have, for the most part, I think not really. We've been shadow banned. We're still shadow banned, but we just don't care.
I have somebody who does an Instagram for me. I've got an official Instagram, and somebody sends out clips from my series that's on my website. Louis is on my website now exclusively.
Right.
So I wanted to draw attention to it. So we have clips from the website and my specials that just goes out, just clips from the work. And at first I was told, so we're not going to put any cursing in. And I was like, no, let's stay like let's do the opposite. Let's stay out of the algorithm. I don't want anybody. I don't want this to go in the algorithm. I want these clips to go. I want people to share them. And there's like almost an exact number every clip. There's a ceiling to it. It's clear that I'm not there. I'm not going.
Right.
I'm being shared by the same amount of people every time, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
If you're up and coming, it makes life harder. But this is a hard fucking thing to do. It's hard to. At what price do you want to fucking?
You don't think it'll impact comedy overall if everyone subscribes to these new rules?
To what new rules?
Being forced to post and
I think it hurts comedy. I know it does. Young comics are. There's a stagnation in comedy. You always see new guys come up, and you see people getting better. I see it. That there are a lot. It's grinding to a slow crawl now. Folks aren't getting. I've seen people that I saw getting funnier stop getting funnier.
Interesting.
And I've seen some of the newer comedians. They just become more interested in this. And keeping this going because they get big enough that this gets huge, and then they get lured. There's comedians that got big, and I'm like, I love comedy, so I get excited. We just quietly watch them go. That's a new voice, but then they get so big that this blows up, and then they go like this, and they're not doing the jokes. They're not getting better anymore. They're not obsessed with the jokes anymore. They're just getting bathed in the sunshine of this thing now. It's like the other side of it from young comics who just can't quite get there. When this blows up,
yeah.
How do we stop that though? What's going to happen?
Well, you got to stay. I just think that this is not. It's not good for comics. Should be starved for attention and should just be feeling alone. And also, all you should be thinking about is your work. All you should be thinking about is what you say to the audience, no matter how many, if it's 20 at an open mic or 100 at the cellar or wherever you are, because that's the only thing that's going to make you look back at your life and be happy with it. That's what, like, I remember when I used to do pilots, when you did a pilot, you go to the network and you try to do what they want the whole time. And they go, yeah, what about, and you go, okay. And you keep doing what they want.
Yeah.
And then they watch what they ended up making.
Yeah.
And they go, and they go, they don't like it.
Yeah.
And you hated the work.
Yeah.
So who the fuck got served?
Yeah.
The last time I did it, the only pilot I did that went, the show *𝐂𝐊'𝐬, it was like, I got advice from this guy, Phil Rosenthal, who ran.
Sure.
He said to me and my partner, just make the show you want, because they're not going to pick it up. They're not going to pick it up anyway.
Yeah.
So at least you spent a month making something you loved. Nobody will ever see it.
Yeah.
But you'll look back at that month well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it'll be a piece of tape that you'll be proud of. That's all you got.
Right.
That's all you have. If you get there through that, you're not going to be happy. That's not, what are you?
Yeah.
And the king of the algorithm? The fuck kind of life is that?
Yeah, yeah, it's true.
It's easy for me to say because I've been through it all, but I went through my own version of it. I've been doing this for 38 years, and I didn't get big till I'd been doing it for like 25. Well, that's how long it took me. So I'm not talking from. I'm not like a guy who exploded after 5 years, and then I'm like, yeah, you guys don't need this stuff. I mean, I did it the hard way,
right?
And that road, that 25-year road, was, to me, it's the only road to really being a great comic. It's also the same road to shit, to nothing.
Right.
Because it takes 25 years to find out
right.
that you never should have started. It's the same road. It's a rough fucking life.
Wow. It's amazing, man. Yeah, yeah. That's actually great advice that you almost never hear. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, you got to go. Kids, get on the algorithm, guys. It's the only way.
Do you remember your first open mic night? Was that how you started? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll never forget that.
Can you tell us about it?
Well, I got this. I found out that you could do open. There was an open mic night at a club in Boston where I started called Stitches, and I was actually like 17, almost 18 years old, and I thought, geez, you can go on stage. They said you do 5 minutes. You just put your name in a hat and you get on stage. You can be anybody. That was so exciting to me. So I went to this club Stitches, which is very grown up. They didn't even want to let me in because I was underage, and they have a drinking, a liquor license. And then I went on stage and I did about 2 minutes because I didn't have enough material. Like I sputtered, my whole throat constricted, and I heard this roaring in my ears. My eyes were watering. My heart was pounding, and I couldn't control myself. I couldn't think straight, and all these adults, like drinking adults, were looking at me like I'm an idiot, and I just walked off stage to kind of confused, like, little applause, and I just felt like a pile of garbage. And then I kept doing it.
Okay, so you did really terribly on stage.
Yeah.
What made you think, I need to do more of this. I want to get back on there.
Well, I didn't do it for a little while. And then at the time I was working at a video rental store in Newton, Massachusetts, where I grew up. And Kevin Meaney, who was a very big star in the Boston comedy scene back then, Boston had a very strong local scene. And I knew who Kevin was. I heard him on the radio and stuff. And Kevin was a customer at the store I went to, that I worked at. And I told him that I had done an open mic, and he said, "Oh, well, you got to come on my show." He had a show that was a huge. Him and Steve Sweeney, these two great comics, they had this show where they would, they'd pack the room and put on all the best comics in Boston. And he said, "Come be on my show." And I said, "Well, no, I'd need to practice, do more shows to get good enough." And he said, "No, I won't let you go on my show unless you go on now." He said, "It's interesting because you don't know what you're like. It's comedy tragedy." He kind of wanted me to go on and bomb. And so I went again into Stitches, and it was a Wednesday night. It was Sweeney Meaney night. It was jam-packed. And I went on, and I think the audience, people's mouths were open. They were shocked at how bad I was. Just shocked. And I got off stage, and Kevin wouldn't look me in the eye, and nobody would. And it was just the most pulverizing humiliation. It was much worse than the first time. because it was a really, the first time was an open mic night. The premise of the show is that most of us don't know what we're doing. But this was a professional comedy show. And I went on it and just flailed. I mean, it was a nightmare.
So was Kevin Meaney cutting you a break or being really cruel and putting you on after that?
That's open to interpretation. I don't know. I mean, he must have known how bad it was going to hurt me. But to me, I think he was giving me a break. It was up to me to make it into something. Who knows? Maybe I could have. Maybe I was funny. He hadn't seen me. Do you know what I mean? So he was giving me a chance. He was letting. It's interesting when somebody becomes an agent in your life for a minute. You know what I mean? And they go, well, let's see what happens if you do this now. It was a formative experience. Sitting here now, I'm very glad I had it. It was
Why?
a great, great thing. Because it gave me a really realistic, shocking picture of what I was facing. That show that I did and that audience and that night, that was still the terrain that I work at today. I think if you're just looking for easy ways or you're looking for victories through life, I don't think you're really getting much out of it. I think you have to, if you really know how hard stuff is and despite that you extract some tools out of yourself, it's better for you. And the next time I went on stage, I was very wary.
So what was the first time when you felt like you started to understand who you were on stage and like what your onstage personality was going to be, what your, persona, if I could use that word, was going to be, like what the stage version of you was going to be?
The first time I went on stage, I did kind of offbeat and weird jokes just because I thought you might as well try being more like what makes you laugh. I did really well. My third time on stage, I had really big laughs. And other comedians came up to me and said, hey, you're funny. You got something. And I was so excited that I had a little foot in the door that this is something I could maybe do. And I thought it's me being kind of weird the way I am in real life. I like to say things that don't make a whole lot of sense or surprise people a little bit. But then I got seduced by getting big laughs, and then I just started doing. Once you get laughs, you're like, oh, I'll do anything for that feeling. That feels really good. So then you start thinking of just jokes.
So the first time you were on stage and started doing jokes where the comics were coming up to you and saying that was good, you've got something. What were you doing? What is it that you were doing on stage that they had a positive reaction to?
I was doing more kind of contemplative, weird jokes. I don't think I did things that were self-reflective. I did things that were just like, well, one of the bits was about street signs that I thought they should be punctuated because I got confused by them. Like signs like, no, you turn, drive slow, children, that kind of thing. It was just taking these street signs and reimagining them. And that was an offbeat, funny, silly bit. And it made people laugh. And that's the only one I remember from then now.
When did you start talking about yourself, being self-reflective as you described it?
I think when I don't know, once I was in my 20s, I had grown up so much on the road because I started doing stand-up so young. I didn't go to college. So my formative years were being on the road, which meant I had a lot of embarrassing sexual stories because I didn't have a girlfriend all those years because I was on the road. I was traveling everywhere. And also I was doing a very unusual thing. I was doing stand-up when most people my age were in college. So I was an odd fit with everybody around me. So I started telling stories that were like confessional about strange sexual situations I'd been in. I think that's when I started to enjoy confessing and putting myself out there. But then, but I also talked about things like, the absurdity of being poor and trying to have money in the bank and stuff like that. So it was about life in general. I think it's when I was married and had children that I started to really talk about my own life and what my life felt like.
But before you realized how being a father would give you material for your comedy, did you think, okay, I'm going to be a father and now it's over for me? No more independence, no more easy life on the road, the door slamming shut?
Well, there's always a give and take. I was glad to let go of some of that. The road really sucks when it's all you have. It's really sad. It's very lonely out there. So I was happy to be in a family and be married and everything. And when I first got married and had kids, I thought, I had some friends I played poker with on Mondays, and I thought, The poker game on Mondays that's the water line. Like, if I don't make that game, I'm losing something. I'm losing something if I don't make it to that game. It means I'm letting go of my youth. I'm letting go of my manhood, all these things, my independence. But then after a while, I realized, why would I want to go play poker with a bunch of guys in a smoky room when I could be at home with my family? And I realized that a lot of the things that my kid was taking away from me, she was freeing me of. A lot of things that men hang on to when they're younger, they're not good for you. And that there was this huge pride in having a kid, and also that I didn't matter anymore. The greatest thing about having a child is putting yourself second in your own life. It's a massive gift to be able to say that you're not the most important person to yourself.
Why is that a good thing?
Because you'll always, I don't know, because that's always going to let you down. You know what I mean? The idea of, I've got to get me right. I've got to get what I want. That's got to be right. That's never going to quite work. You know, life just isn't that satisfying. But if you can be useful to somebody else, that you can actually accomplish. You know what I mean? You can go, I did a pretty damn good job today as a dad. Pretty good. Best as I could. That's worth so much more. You know, I saw a movie once where Spencer Tracy catches this woman about to kill herself. It's a pretty dark movie for the time, but I forgot the name of the movie. But Spencer Tracy's on a boat, and he sees a rich young girl about to throw herself off the boat because her fiance left her for another woman. And he's trying to talk her out of suicide. And he says to her, do you have a job? Do you have anything that you do in your life? Which was a funny thing to ask because she's like a 1920s, you know, she's like a socialite. And she said, no. And he said, I think you should get a job because it's very hard to be sad and useful at the same time. And ever since I saw that, I keep that in my head. If you can be useful, which means to somebody else, not to yourself, if you can be useful, it just makes you feel better. So I live in service of my kids, you know, for that's the first priority. And then things like my career, they feed into that. They're part of that because I'm providing for them. But also, it's just not that important. If something's not important, it's more fun. It's more something you can look at from objectively instead of having it be this albatross around you. I've got to get.
But a lot of great things. Hip hop came out of the Bronx, like that. That has given us good things.
Yeah.
But unfortunately,
at least they got hip hop. You know.
Well, I mean, it came out of the Bronx. It couldn't have come out of Long Island, where I lived. It would never have. Hip hop would have never emerged from Levittown. No. Long Island, which is did, but now it is.
I mean, that's who got rich from hip hop.
That is exactly who got rich. No,
so even in that sense, if you pack a bunch of people way uptown in the buildings, it costs nothing.
Yes.
Also, their squalor will create music that you will get rich from.
That's right, and then eventually
they'll get a little money, but what you can count on,
you will get the lion's share
because they'll die.
Right. Because it's going to be bad.
Yeah.
And you're going to take the money.
I'm sure Biggie's mom gets a check.
But it's not.
But it's not the check that
she deserves.
You know, Josh Robin gets.
He might get a bigger check.
He gets a far bigger check. Keep coming. I bought a Biggie album on iTunes recently.
Yes.
I like to listen to him when I'm jogging.
Yeah, it's the best.
But you know, his mom.
It's not
14 cents.
Yeah. Well, those deals
this keeps on working. This thing keeps on working.
Yeah, these 360 deals that musicians sign, which is like a deal where they give you an advance and then they recoup the advance. And it's designed to keep you in debt. It's designed to keep you like constantly not earning money. It's designed to keep you like beholden to the record company.
That's right. And everything they give you, you think they're giving you stuff.
Right.
Like they say, hey, guess what, fellas? They go to the band and they say, you're flying in a private plane. And they go, woo!
Yeah.
And then they pay for the private plane.
That's right.
It comes out of their record.
Yes.
And the private plane is a deal that the company has, vertically with somebody else.
Right.
All those bells and whistles are just horse. Yes.
Yeah.
You have to look after your own thing. I mean, I stopped taking advances on the road a long time ago. It's a stupid thing.
Right.
Because they get to call your advance an expense and sort of take it away from you when they split.
Right.
Well, I had to give you an advance. Yeah, but that's what?
Right.
It's such a easy con.
Yeah.
That you really, and nobody will tell the artists ever.
Right. Nobody sits down with you and goes, listen, don't take that Porsche.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, or here's where your Porsche's coming from.
They have this thing now in the Bronx called drill rap.
Yeah.
So what drill rap is, and Eric Adams just talked about it. It's social media driven beefs with young rappers under 21, young guys, and they diss each other on Instagram. And I mean, literally, they'll go outside of someone's project and go, "I'm here," like with a gun. They'll be like, "I'm right here."
Yeah.
And literally, they go on Instagram Live. So Eric Adams was kind of like, maybe we should ban this on Instagram. Like the mayor of New York's like, why don't
Has it resulted in any
killings? Lots of killings.
Wow.
And the music is reflective of it's literally, but
So
the
wait a minute,
kids are
so a guy
16.
goes- so a kid,
A kid,
16-year-old
a
with
child.
with a gun, goes, look, I'm outside of the Great Black Person Projects.
I'm outside of the whatever.
Medgar Evers project.
Yes.
And come here and I'll kill you. So now everybody's like, if I go to his Instagram, I can see this.
Everybody
happen.
on
And then it starts having like the little balloons and the boop, 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 and the
Yes, everybody is with the
Everyone's
little
like,
faces.
yeah.
You see the little faces.
Yeah, it starts really going.
And people have been literally killed.
And then the guy shows up inside of the Instagram.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, he's doing like, I'm gonna go. Kill my friend.
Yeah, and
then has this resulted in like
this has resulted
in live Instagram deaths?
A few of them.
For real?
For real. I mean, Bobby, you could look this up, but it's resulted in deaths 100%. And the DA is now trying to use the rap lyrics as a way to like convict, because some of the rap lyrics are so direct. They're like, we killed him on 175th by the subway yesterday at 4 p.m. So the DA is going like, we're trying to put these rap lyrics out as evidence, in addition to other things. But it's some of the rap is very good. I mean, it's very like, it's got a whole new sound, and it comes, the UK has it too. This is going on in London, where it's like social media. You think of all the rap beefs that have happened of people not liking each other. Now you add social media, everything happens in like real time.
Right. But also it feels like what's needed there. Like when you look at a picture and you go, what's missing?
Right.
And how do we solve it with what we have today?
Right.
When you describe what those guys are doing, what's needed is an app.
Yes.
That can bring them together more
easier.
Right. Like a grinder for I'm going to kill you.
100%. Like a social media.
Like
an app called.
And it's like this, and you go, I don't want to kill it. Like but it's for killing people.
You're swiping.
Well, because it is on some level a guy going, I'm out here. He has a gun. He's going, I'm out here. He's wanting to connect with that person.
That's right.
He's what he really wants is to see him. I think. I'm not even being facetious. It's like it's a need to connect.
And it's it's not the fault of some corporations or Donald Trump. It's like Walmart kills all small town economies. But it's not Walmart's fault. It's the fault of the fucking people. I used to have a house in upstate New York, and there's a town that had all these beautiful old diners and general stores, and they all closed one by one because of Walmart. But it wasn't fucking Walmart's fault. It was the people that lived in that town that don't give a shit about their neighbors.
But is it giving a shit?
It's the American basic consumer who's like, well, okay, I could spend 13 cents less on a mop.
Yeah.
So fuck my fucking neighbor. Fuck my neighbor who's had that store in his family for, who's taken care. There's like a million George Bailey moments in that town's history where the whole, I'll give a check to your, baseball teams with names, John's General Store.
Right.
Yeah. Like the whole community coming together to do stuff.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I want to buy a Jim Carrey movie 3-pack for $7. So fuck the old movie theater with a Wurlitzer organ.
But think of Blockbuster Video. Now that caused a big thing because it pretty much closed down all the little mom and pop video stores.
Which was a great family business.
Which was a family business and shit like that. I remember those things and having to go in and you'd have to buy a membership fee when you first get in. When it was like $100,
and that was just to try to keep the store.
Yeah, to keep the store open. But then Blockbuster came around. Now, what do you want to do? Go into the mom and pop and wait a week for the latest release?
Yeah, why don't you? Why don't
because
you fucking
I want
wait
it
a little
now.
bit?
I want it now.
So fuck the family that opened that store.
Yeah.
And by the way, fuck them that they used to think about what movies you might like. That you might walk in and they go, Anthony, you like comedies.
Anthony, we got a whole section for you.
Do you even know
Remember
who
that conversation
Francois
we had?
Tati
Right,
is?
right,
And they'd
right,
show you something that we went and found this. Blockbuster would never do that for you. Fuck them.
I agree with both of you, but
so that you can
the local,
save a little bit of fucking money.
The local place that Ann's talking about, you had to wait for some asshole to bring back the nice new movie.
It's out. You'd be like, it's out. It's like, what?
When is it coming back? I want to watch that fucking thing.
Again,
and then Blockbuster said,
the
fuck
ability.
that. The Blockbuster said, look, we could just put 100 copies on the shelf.
So you're thinking the whole loyalty thing should outweigh the convenience?
Absolutely, because you're supporting somebody who is, there's a human being and a family who's living off that business, and they give a shit about you.
But given,
by the way, where's Blockbuster? It's fucking
know,
gone. So they leave a
because
vacuum.
You
can't rent a
delivery
fucking
now.
video anymore.
Yeah, but why would you? Digital delivery.
If there was video stores, you know why? It's like bookstores. A bookstore is not
They're
just
going
a
away
place
too, man.
where you can buy books. It's a place where somebody expresses themselves by deciding what books to put out there and what books they want to offer their community.
Right.
And that gets replaced by Barnes & Nobles, which means you get the same fucking books that every place in the world gets. I mean, not just America.
Right.
Every bookstore has exactly the same books now. I mean, that's people don't realize what a massive. It used to be. You go to that bookstore, you're going to get some weird off-color books of this kind, or you're going to get maybe a right-wing bookstore, a left-wing bookstore. That used to be how people fucking. And then so Barnes & Nobles comes, and the difference is a family business will hang on through the tough years if they have half a chance.
Yeah.
But a corporate business will go, oh, we're not making it $10 trillion, just pull up stakes. And they're gone. So now there's no more fucking bookstores.
That's fucking amazing.
Or video stores. Yeah.
No bookstores, no video stores.
Right. The big Barnes & Noble on the Upper West.
But because those are predatory businesses.
Given your thinking, though, wouldn't we never progress? Like, wouldn't
who's progressing? That's the
I mean with everything. Like, wouldn't we not look at the automotive business, which is horrible now, of course, because of the outsourcing and everything. But early on, there were guys working those lines. What about the technology to come in and use robots that did eliminate jobs, but it makes the car better and faster and
that's exactly the thing. These things like bookstores and video stores, though, they weren't improved. They were destroyed. And a book is not a car. It's not a product that needs to be perfected like a technology. It's about having a way of life.
But now you just download it on Kindle.
Yeah.
Like
exactly. But it's rubbed out a whole getting out of your house and going to a bookstore and meeting the bookstore guy and other people. You used to get fucking laid by going to bookstores. A way that people used to get laid is by going to a bookstore and standing in a section that makes you look smart. And then a chick comes around.
Yeah.
Oh, do you also like this book?
Oh, sure. I'm perusing this.
Yeah, you can't do that anymore. When I grew up in Boston, and there was a place in Harvard Square called the Coffee Connection. And this was a place that was obsessed with coffee, and they had coffees from all around the world. And they'd have stuff like you'd get like a cappuccino, and they'd shave chocolate onto it, not like a canister of chocolate powder.
It took time. I mean,
they had a cheese grater and a block of chocolate, and they'd shred chocolate onto the fucking thing for you. That's like how good it was.
You sound like my grandfather.
No,
grandfather talking to me. You don't even understand the old
no idea.
days.
I know the point he's about to make.
You'd go to the fucking Coffee Connection, and you'd sit there like trembling, and they'd bring you this thing that would just change your life. Or they'd go, "Hey, you want to try Turkish? We have a new Turkish coffee today. It's a weird thing.
Sounds good.
Never tried it." So then Starbucks opens down the street, but this Coffee Connection hangs on. So Starbucks opens another one, like on the other side of them. Starbucks isn't doing so great that they can open another one. They're just trying to fucking kill.
Oh, shit.
So they open like 5 within a block of the place until Coffee Connection goes, this is getting hard. And they sell themselves. They go, let's just be a Starbucks.
Yeah.
So then Starbucks buys them and then closes the other ones, and then you're just left with fucking just one choice. You get Starbucks.
And the quality of Starbucks is horrible.
It's okay. And the instant Starbucks isn't making a profit, they'll give up, and then there won't be a fucking place to even get coffee in
Right, then we go back
to
having no coffee again.
No coffee.
He's right.
So
I remember the lumber stores. I remember we did a lot of renovation on our old house because we had 7 kids, small house, so we were constantly adding rooms and this and that.
Mom and pop lumber shop.
Mom and pop.
Yeah,
I would get in the car with my dad. I remember like it was yesterday. We'd go to the local lumber guy. He knew my dad's first name. We got this for you. We made your pile. It's
Putting
all
a dormer
set.
on the house, are you?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to need some of that. No, I'll come over here. I'll help you out. You need that for the joists.
But it was a social thing too, man. How are the
Yes.
kids and
Lumber
how are
stores
your
were
kids?
very social.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, the Home Depot, it's a fucking massive warehouse and no one wants to fucking help
inhumane.
you.
You're
And
just
there's
mad right when you
sad
walk in.
people working there.
Right.
Yeah. The buying of the lumber is not a happy exchange. It used to be that you could say to yourself, you know what, if I invest in a good saw and I get some trucks, I could go out and get some fucking poplar and cut it well, and people will come here and build fucking houses with it.
Yeah.
And you go, hey, you got some nice poplar, not as good as Joe Wilson's. Yeah, well, mine is down 3 cents.
Right.
Well, I'll buy yours then. This was like and by the way, we don't improve through this shit.
No.
We actually don't. It's like, it's what happens is the second place product always wins by being more vicious.
Yeah,
like Microsoft versus Apple.
Right.
Microsoft is bullshit software. It's hard compared to Apple.
I know, believe me.
It's horrible, but Bill Gates is a capitalist, and he was vicious, and he fought Apple, and so for some years anyway.
Yeah.
America lived on shitty computer technology because of his
There was a point
ambition.
where we all thought Apple was gone.
Yeah, it's
It was
VHS
dead.
versus Beta. Beta
Yep.
is still used today.
Yeah.
Beta videotape is still what most TV shows are shot on.
Yeah.
And we all watched VHS tapes because the VHS people said, we make the second best, so we're going to be cutthroat and fucked up and pay off people and go to litigation and like sue Beta. And Beta's like, we're making the best kind. We can't even get people to buy it.
Yeah.
And so everyone gets VHS.
Unbelievable.
This is Tesla and fucking Edison. It's
Edison
always
and Tesla, yeah.
One guy's a genius and is selling a beautiful thing. The second place guy copies it, doesn't do it as well,
and then
takes him to
fucks the
court
guy
in every
over.
fucking state in America and muscles him and fights him and
Ruins
outdraws
his
him.
credibility.
Gets some fucking Texan to pay for it. And then we all have to buy the shitty product.
You're fucking brilliant.
It's true.
So
It's
that-
the same with cars. They would be better if what you're saying was actually true.
If it was like the guys still on the assembly line.
Yeah.
Your coffee story is deeply depressing.
It is what happens everywhere.
I was thinking, as you were talking about that, like the Starbucks popping up are like weeds.
Yes.
Taking out the really nice fucking crop.
Yeah, that's what they do.
They're
And
just,
they're only
just
interested
putting
in
weeds all over the place
right.
to destroy